Epic brought back OG Fortnite for a month in November of 2023 before the launch of Chapter 5. It was a huge success, bringing millions back to the game. Once it ended, they decided to make it a permanent mode. Players were excited to finally be able to play on the Chapter 1 map permanently. When it launched though, something was different this time. It didn't maintain the hype and players left. This is why OG Fortnite failed, at least for now. Hey guys, I'm Twisted Yeti. If you're new to the channel, welcome. We're trying to hit 5,000 subs by the end of the year, so I would really appreciate it if you can help with the goal. Also, make sure to use code Twisted Yeti in the item shop, as we're going to be giving away some OG Fortnite Season 2 Battle Passes on stream next week. Now, let's dive into why OG Fortnite has been on a downward trajectory. OG Fortnite launched as a permanent mode on December 6th, 2024. Players were excited to return back to the OG map. The hype had been building due to the marketing that Epic had been doing at the time. They teased the return of the OG pump and other weapons from the past, such as the burst. You could tell they were really trying to make the mode as close to the original game as possible. There is proof of this in the fact that they even brought back the double pump mechanic, which many people didn't think they actually would. Players bought in and showed out. Upon its launch, OG Fortnite peaked at 1.3 million players, which is a lot. But that number wasn't even near the 6.2 million peak player count OG had in 2023. After its launch as a permanent mode, OG Fortnite has continued to decline in player count. After peaking at 1.3 million players, it averages roughly just over 100,000 players. That's a drastic decline compared to the 250 to 300,000 players it averaged through the month of December. Why has the player count kept declining? A lot of that has to do with several factors, one of those being it's boring. The mode is currently very bare bones. You have a few different POIs with each having the same minimal loot. Sure, it's fun having the OG pump back along with the Scar. It was fun at first. Over the past month though, the mode became very repetitive because it's bare bones. You can only land at the same places with the same few different weapons for so long until it becomes really stale. It's even hard to get healing items such as shields because the only shield in the game at the time were big shields and slurp juice, which are hard to find. This is all of course because of the design of the game. It's meant to be bare bones. That's what 2017 to early 2018 Fortnite was like. It really was boring. It's not attractive to new players. That leads me to the next point, that this version of OG Fortnite we currently have is not geared for the new generation of Fortnite players. The current general player base of Fortnite are used to all the crazy items we have in the game. This includes the crazy boss battles, melee weapons, and more. OG Fortnite doesn't have all the crazy elements that these players are used to. It's very simple. You land, grab loot, make it to the end game, and hope you can clutch the win. New Fortnite has all these side quests and features that add an element of excitement to the game, like the boss battles for better loot as you try and get the win at the end. There's not a lot of variability like New Fortnite, helping it fall into a pit of failure. Bots have also been a real issue with the mode. On day one, there weren't any bots at all. It was 100% real player lobbies, just like in old Fortnite. I personally really enjoyed that. The win felt like a real win for the first time in years. Players still complained though, and bots were added a day later. As a matter of fact, bots took over. For a while, lobbies consisted of a minimum of 88 bots, meaning almost 90% of your match was filled with bots and there were only 10 real people with you. That's absolutely absurd and contributed to the downhill momentum of the game mode. While it has been fixed since, bots still continue to plague the mode. One more argument you could even make towards the failure of OG Fortnite so far, even though this one is a bit more niche to certain players, is how the mode isn't really OG. While the mode has the old Chapter 1 map, old weapon icons for most of the weapons, old sounds for most of the weapons, and an art style that more resembles OG Fortnite, it really isn't OG. It resembles it. Players are coming to the mode that claims to be the real OG version of Fortnite, but it isn't. We have elements in the mode that bring new Fortnite, distorting what OG really was. It was a slow-paced game. The new movement, for example, while a quality of life change, isn't exactly fitting for the mode. The map wasn't made for it. Some weapon icons, such as the scoped AR, showed the Chapter 2 version of the icon. Why didn't they go back and get the old image? While this is a more niche argument for why OG Fortnite has been a failure in its current state, it does have its valid points. Not all is lost for the mode. While everything I may have brought up seems doom and gloomy, there is hope and a bright future for the mode, unlike rocket racing. I'm sorry to the 4 people who still play the mode, my condolences. Part of what makes Fortnite fun today is all the crazy elements. For those who didn't play back then or just weren't even alive, I have good news. OG Fortnite will be getting those crazy elements. Just not now, and not for a little while. As I mentioned before with how the mode is very bare bones, that's just what the early days of Fortnite were. A simple battle royale. We didn't see some of the crazier elements come to the game until around season 4 and 5. That was when we started to get things such as the hop rocks, P90, and so on. Those mechanics and items added the fun element that OG Fortnite doesn't have right now. It changed the game. It wasn't super simple, and it won't be when these items come back in the later seasons of OG. As a matter of fact, that's why the original comeback of OG Fortnite just seemed more fun. It started in Season 5 and not Season 1 like it did this time. There was a lot of items in Season 5 and a lot of returning items every week. OG Fortnite right now doesn't receive a lot of updates because there weren't many updates back then. The further we progressed into Chapter 1, the crazier every season got. Season 6 brought the floating Kevin Island. Season 7 had the planes, and one of the most controversial items in Fortnite, the Infinity Blade. I really hope they bring that back as a side note. Season 8 had ballers, cannons, the flint knock, and so much more. Season 9 had the powerful combat shotgun, which actually outgunned the pump at the time. Season 10, do I need to even mention what happened that season? My point is, OG Fortnite will have content to come as we go on into the future of the OG Fortnite permanent mode. I think it's important to remember that Epic for the most part does a good job in handling Fortnite in its many modes. While they aren't perfect by any means, they do seem to care, which is why I'm not worried about OG Fortnite. Battle Royale is their specialty and they have given us countless good seasons. Most of the time they hit, with some exceptions of misses. Looking at you, Primal Season. While there are many issues that plague the mode right now, including it being bare bones, more on the boring side, too many bots, and not a true replica of OG Fortnite, these are things that can be fine-tuned along the way. They've done it before and can do it again. I literally mean that. We've had these seasons before, so now's the time to learn from their past mistakes and make it better this time. As long as we the players continue to give our feedback on the mode, I'm sure Epic will listen. They want this to succeed as much as we do. There's a lot of potential in the future of OG Fortnite, and I'm excited to see what it brings. Feel free to share your opinions on this topic in the comments below. Hit that like and subscribe button to help us get to 5,000 subs by the end of the year. Use code TwistedYeti in the item shop, and thanks for watching.